Christmas. I hope everybody's going to have a wonderful day today. And if you're alone, this is something you can do. I'm going to show you how to, I wanted some candy. And I'm going to make something really quick and show you how fast you can make some candy. I made some of this the other day, but I used peanuts, and this is peanut brittle. And I make it in the microwave. So what I'm going to do is use pecans today. And you need a glass 4-quart pitcher container, microwave safe. And I'm going to put 1 cup of sugar in the bowl. And then I'm going to add, can't see me, can you? I got a different camera stand. And I'm adding 1.5 cups of pecans. I had spilled my vanilla in there a minute ago. Okay, then we're going to, and this has got a nut in it. I sprayed this little 1 cup measuring cup with some Pam. And I'm going to add 1/2 cup of white Caro syrup. It's just not quite enough. See how that is? Okay, we're going to pour that in here. See how easy that came out of the container? It just comes right out. Doesn't stick to it very much at all. Okay. Now I'm going to stir this a little tiny bit. Also, it calls for a dash of salt, which is very little, just a dash. I'm gonna stir this up. The vanilla goes in at the last. If you put your vanilla in your candy that you're making before or while you're cooking it, it will all evaporate out. So you need to add your vanilla at the end of your cooking time, like when you're making fudge or peanut brittle or divinity or whatever. The vanilla needs to go in after it's been cooked. Otherwise it will all evaporate. And okay, what we're going to do is put this in the microwave, and it has to cook for 10 minutes. But we have to stir it we need to stir it twice during its cooking time. So I'm going to set the timer for 3 minutes. And I'll tell you a little story when I get done. Tell you a little story when I get done. Isn't this wonderful? My camera just spins right around. Okay, this is going in the microwave for 3 minutes. There we go. Okay, the other day I was going to make the peanut brittle. And I put it in that bowl. And I went to put it in the microwave. And it would not fit. I turned it every which way but loose, and I could not get it in my microwave. So over the weekend, my granddaughter and her fiance came to visit me. And they bought me a brand new microwave for Christmas, and I am so excited because now my bowl fits in there, and so we're going to make some more candy. I had to take my candy over to Carissa's house and finish and cook it over there, but it turned out perfect. I was surprised because I shuffled it around so much. So anyway, when this cooks for 3 minutes, we will stir it, turn it back on for 3 more minutes, and we'll stir it again, and then we'll cook it for 4 minutes, and then it should be done. And as soon as it's cooked, I have to add 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda and a tablespoon of butter and a teaspoon of vanilla, which I spilled in my nuts. So I'm going to put just a tiny bit more because it'll all be evaporated when that gets done cooking. So you should never put your vanilla in before your candy gets done, okay? Now, I've got a cookie sheet ready here to put the pecan brittle out on, and then I'm gonna stir it, and after I stir it and set it for the 3 more minutes, I'm gonna give you another recipe to make, and put some of this stuff back here out of the way. Okay. Anyway, I've not been on here because I was having some issues with my arms. So anyway, I'm going to show you the recipe, another recipe while this is cooking, and it's just got a few seconds left, and then I'm going to stir it, take it out and stir it, and then I'm going to show you this other recipe, because I think you might want to make it. Okay? It's really cold today. I think it's got up to about 17 right now, but it's been really, really cold. Okay, time to stir. Time to stir. Now be very, very careful with this bowl because it will be very, very hot. And I don't want anybody to get burnt. But you just stir that all up. The nuts don't want to come off, and I'm going to burn my hands. Okay, and back into the microwave for another 3 minutes. I didn't mean to slam that so hard. Okay, now I have made a mixture of hot chocolate mix, and I wanted to tell you how I made it. I always used to use Carnation instant milk. I couldn't find any at the store here. If they don't make it over here or what. But I had to get this, and this was the store's brand. It's called Best Choice. And this makes 8 quarts of milk. That's how much powdered milk you need. And we had a hard time finding where it said. It used to say on the Carnation one, down here at the bottom, 8 makes 8 quarts. So we had to go on the back, and then where it tells how to use it, and the very bottom thing says the entire package makes 8 quarts. Okay, so you put this in and you need to use a big container, and I suggest a huge mixing bowl instead of this, because this was hard to do. The next thing I put in was Nesquik, and this is, it says that it's 1.5 pounds. It's 20.1 ounce, and I put this whole container in with the powdered milk. The next thing I put in was Coffee Mate, and this is 10.2 ounces. And I usually, a lot of times, use French vanilla. You can use whatever flavor you want, but this goes real good with the chocolate. Or you could use a caramel. Eric picked this up for me, and he got the sugar-free, which might help a little bit, but there's sugar in the Nesquik, I'm sure. But anyway, you use this whole container, and you add it to your powdered milk and your Nesquik. The last thing that you add is 1/2 cup of powdered sugar, and you mix that all together, and you make sure you get it mixed up really, really good. And then you put it in a coffee cup, and put 1/3 a cup of this chocolate mix into your coffee cup. Now we've got to stir one more time. spatula, not wanting to come off of my spoon. Now, the last time that we time it will be 4 minutes. Okay. And when that 4 minutes is done, we will add the powdered or the soda, baking soda, 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda, the butter, and the vanilla. Anyway, back to the chocolate mix. You will take 1/3 cup of this and put it in your coffee cup, put it in under your coffee maker, and add hot water to it. Now, I want to tell you something else that you can do with this, and that's what I do. I make my cup of coffee that I want to make, and then I still add that much cocoa mix, hot chocolate mix, to my coffee. And it makes a delicious cup of chocolate coffee. So anyway, you guys might want to try that. It's really good, and it makes quite a bit of mix. You could even bag this up or put it in really cute little jars and use it for gifts. That's what I was gonna do, but I guess I'll have to do it next time. Okay, we're just gonna be ready really quick to put this over onto the cookie sheet. And anyway, I just wanted to show you how quick you could make some candy. And when you put this brittle onto your baking sheet, it doesn't take very long for it to cool down. And when it gets cooled, and I'll come back later and show you the finished product, but when it gets cooled, you just can chip it with the back of a knife handle, or put your pan down and it'll just chip up in little pieces, and it's gonna be delicious. It really is. So, I don't know if I've got anything that I can tell you, but I did want to tell you about the hot chocolate mix, because I think you'll want to try it. It's really good. It makes really good hot chocolate, and if you drink coffee and you like chocolate in your coffee, it's good in your coffee. And I still am going to try to get some pumpkin bread made, which I'll be doing, but it's going to be, I don't know exactly when. And I wanted to thank my daughter-in-law, Wendy, for getting me this cute apron. It's Christmassy. It's got the little red trucks on it. I just love it, and with the Christmas trees in the back. So thank you, Wendy, for my apron. And we have 53 seconds left before this gets done. I'd like to stay on here. When I try to think of things to tell you, my mind goes blank. So I wish I could talk nonstop when like I do when I'm not supposed to. Do you ever do that? I do that a lot. Anyway, if there's anything else that you're interested in seeing me make, send me a message, and I'll try to do that. We just got 18 seconds left. It's counting down. Then we're going to pour it over here on this cookie sheet. Oh, we have to put the soda and the butter in it first, and the soda makes it foam up, and I'll show you. Like I said, be very careful with this because it's very, very hot. Very hot. So, in goes the baking soda, in goes the vanilla and the butter. Okay, we're going to give it another stir. Like I said, I'm not used to cooking with this microwave because it's brand new. And my other one didn't hardly cook anything anyway, so we're gonna see what happens when I get this out on the pan. But you gotta stir that baking soda up in it really good. And if it doesn't spread, you'll have to spread it with your spoon, because sometimes it'll spread real quick, but sometimes you just have to. Okay, you just take this, and spread it out. And this doesn't make a real big batch, but it's certainly plenty for one person. And it would be too hard to handle if it was very big because of it being so hot. And I like my peanut brittle thinner. Sometimes it's just hard to get it. But anyway, this'll get cool, and I'll come back and show you what it's like when it gets done. And then you want to put your container that you cook this in really hot water. Do not put it in cold water, it will break probably. Although it's not supposed to, but it could. But what I want you to do is put it in very, very hot water. And that way, that'll help dissolve all that and get it worked loose on the edge of the bowl. So we'll be back when this gets cooled down, and we'll see how it does, okay? Alrighty, everybody, I'll be back in a little bit. See, that didn't take no time. You could have some candy made and nothing flat, because it only takes 10 minutes to cook it, and however little time I use to get the ingredients together. So I'll be back in a little bit. Alrighty, I'm back, and this seems to be all cooled down. It didn't take no time. Oops, you can't see it. And we're going to have a taste tester here in just a minute. Now, what you can do, and it doesn't, this, by the way, is parchment paper, and it doesn't, see, I can pick the whole thing up. But you can just let it flop down, and it breaks into little pieces. Or you can break it into pieces yourself. Anyway, we're going to have a taste test here in about a minute. I'm going to just taste a small piece, and it's going to be loud because I'm going to do a lot of crunching. Oh, I can't wait. This is so good. The pecans are awesome in here. They weren't raw pecans or anything. They're just regular pecans. Now, the peanuts I used were raw. This has such a great caramely flavor in the main part of the brittle, and the nuts are so good. And like I said, it was so quick to make this. It doesn't make a huge batch, but that'd give you something to eat on for a while, a few days, I would say. Now, some of this is a little thicker. I got some of it spread a little thinner than other places, but it doesn't matter. It's delicious. This is absolutely delicious. way better than if you bought the boughten kind. Way better. I hope if you haven't ever tried it in your microwave, you will. I know you're gonna like it. It's just turned out wonderful. And I just want to thank Bethany and Ryan again for my wonderful new microwave. I'll be able to make peanut brittle whenever, or pecan brittle, or walnut brittle whenever I want to. Yes, you could use any kind of nuts. You could even put almonds in there. I'm going to hop off of here again. I want to thank Wendy again for my lovely apron. I just love it. It has pockets and everything. And it's going to be a wonderful day, a wonderful Christmas. Thanks for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe button. I sure would appreciate it. Thank you all so much and have a blessed day. Bye-bye.